Hi, good evening, friends. This is Marcus from S Metaphysics. Nice to see you again. And today is a nice cooling weather on a Saturday. So hope that you have a good rest for today. And we'll have some fun today talking about the auspicious date selection. Okay, so let's see who are here while waiting for some of our friends to join in. Okay, so and today I was quite busy and preparing some good stuff that will come along in a couple of weeks time. So hope that I'll see you there again in that platform. Okay. So while you're here, just pop in, say a hi, and I know who you are. Hi Sunil and hi Jen. Hello, hello. Nice to see you all around. Okay, and who else? Who else? Okay. So while waiting for our friends, let's turn on my screen. Every time I forget to turn on my screen. Okay, blinking, blinking, blinking. Okay, so some of y'all, I think most of y'all have known me by now. Who is the first time joining? If you're first time joining, just type a me. Okay, if you're first time joining into my session, okay, today we're going to talk about auspicious date selection. All right. Hi, Katan. Caroline, is it? Carol, okay. Why you call it Katan? But okay. Hi, Jeremy. Okay, so for those friends who are first time joining me, or you need to refresh what I'm doing, I'm actually into providing consultations for our friends. Okay, because end of the day, is what we want. We can have, as I keep saying, we can have no money, no love. We can, some of us probably have no job. We can have not enough sleep. We can have no or not enough of some things in our life, but definitely the one thing that we will not be short of will be problems. So we definitely have problems that we want to resolve, and hurdles that we want to remove along the way in our life. So for my case, I'm actually always using metaphysics to actually enhance an issue, solve problems, remove obstacles. So it has been in my DNA. I literally dream about metaphysics also. So these are some of my first services that I'm providing on feng shui, how to tap the space, how to tap onto your chart that links to your past track records and your capability in order to see what best fits. I am also into Jiwei Doshu, where it actually talks about how to know your innate potential. Where are the directions or aspects of industry or the way to do in order to get the most out of something that you're embarking on to? Okay, and I am also very into auspicious number. Okay, auspicious number. I think, hey, Augustine, congratulations. I heard from my wife, you got some good news today, right? After the 7 p.m. announcement, right? Okay, congratulations. You just activated your number, right? Okay, congratulations on your. At least you feel good that you tried something, right? Yeah. Try something small. Okay, okay. Okay, and I also talk about this is what I'm going to talk about today on the auspicious calendar. Okay, and for some people who don't like complicated stuff, then I'm also providing the 12-month trend to tell you what are the areas and how to position along the way on it by months, by trend, so that you know that when it's high, go and take action. When it's low, take more calculated risk, but still take your actions. Okay, don't hide behind. Okay, congratulations, Augustine. Okay, I'm happy for you. You just activated your number like what, Sunday? Huh? Is it Sunday? This week, huh? Okay, so happy for you. Okay, it is some of our services. Okay, and then we also are into date selection for important events, and also into identifying your house hotspot. Where are the areas of good chi? What kind of chi? What good chi for you? And in order for you to tap or your office, then also house selection, which I just did, and I burned myself because of the UV. Selecting a property for my friend. Wow, that is shown. Okay, and also some forecasting. So these are some of the many stuff that we can do for our friends. So if you're interested, do pop in on us. But today we're going to talk about date selection, which is this one. Okay, auspicious calendar, and also that you whether you got our calendar or not, you will at least be educated, be known, be trained, understood what to look out for while choosing a date for yourself. Okay. So last week we talked about the general date selection. Okay, we shall start now. So along the way, I need your participation. So pop in, give your comment, say something, ask questions, and so as for me to know that hey, you're still there. And then also sometimes I ask questions, just response. Okay. So are you ready? If you're ready, just start with one. Then from there, I know that you are all ready. Just start with one to show that you are all ready. Then I'll go straight into the topic today, because today we're going to talk about auspicious date selection. Ready? Just start with one. All right. So in this selection, one thing you need to realize is that for this selection to be effective, the whole idea is still the same thing. You need to take your action and be fundamentally good enough at it. Then the date selection can work. Imagine you are a person that knows nothing about sales, and you do not like sales, and you do not like people selling to you, worse still. And then from there, you want to select a good date for you to sell, but you don't like sales, you don't know how to sell, and you want to select a good date to sell. That doesn't work, right? Because you have to be at least fundamentally good enough at it. At least good enough at it. Don't have to be super good or at mastery level, and you're willing to take action. Then from there, a good date will help. So if you don't do that part of taking action and be fundamentally at least sound, or at least have the actions be effective, at least be willing to find someone to do sales for you, nothing happened through a good date. Same thing, if things had happened and you want to choose a good date to cure, the best scenario of when a good date selection can be effective on you is at the prevention stage, at the stage where you still have maximum or optimal control of the whole outcome. You have the best positioning on its influencing and to stay towards your preference, your towards the direction that you want. Then the date selection will work best at this stage. Okay, don't try to cure with a date selection. Okay, date selection is more best function when it's trying to do a good head start. Okay, so last week we covered some stuff about date selection. Who joined my last week? If you joined my last week on the Tong Shu, just start with me. Me, come. I realize come to be more responsive. Come on. So if you all joined my last week auspicious date selection or some of the stuff on Tong Shu, I covered this last week. If you joined, just start with ME so that I know that you joined, and then from there, at least I know that with those that have joined today, at least you will gain more. For those who did not join, I would suggest you to go and take a look at last week in Facebook. Okay, so who have joined? Type ME down here. Come. So you've joined my type ME. Okay, Carol joined. Okay, Serene joined. KS joined, and who else? Come. Good. So is it useful? At least now you know that in Tong Shu, the useful part is probably that 7% only. Only here. Okay, hi. Who else joined? Okay, KH joined my last week's session. So few of you joined. Okay, who else is in this chat room? Come, let's talk and chat. Don't just stay behind the seat. The more you are engaging, the more you are sharing, the more you are actually accumulating your abundance. Then from there, good things will happen into your life. Okay, be more open. Come. Okay, so Joanne and Yi also joined. Okay, so good, right? So now today, that is mainly for the general calendar, and I will just summarize into a PDF for you on selecting dates based on a general perspective. So it's a summary of the 7%. Then every half of the month, I will throw this calendar out into my webpage. Then I think many of you went there to download. So that's a good thing. So have fun using it. But this is all still general calendar. That means what? A good day doesn't mean it's good for everybody. It's just like a person that is not all nice people will be your husband or your wife, right? So really, it has to be in the fact that it aligns to you, into your life, attuned to it, aligned, and then from there you can use it. So as you can see, so general calendar are good on a general level. For whatever objectives that you're trying to achieve, be it for a space activation like feng shui, be it for activation on certain activity or event, or strengthening of some qi, okay, or be it a good day to start tapping in the qi at its optimal level, okay, or for a spiritual purpose, okay. All this, you if you want to tap onto a general calendar, you must always have this mentality called alignment. Okay, the law of alignment is so very important, because if you miss that, it will just be like, well, you get it, you don't get it optimal. It's just like you press the throttle or you press the accelerator in a car and you press the brake at the same time. So it'll be dragging. So it won't be optimal. So always have this alignment so that it can be functioning at its optimal for you. In short, effective lah, okay, or efficient lah. See? So always have this personalization aspect on top of a general when you're applying a date selection. That's very important. Don't just blindly apply and hope things will work. Hope that something will drop down from the sky. Okay. So as I said before, you need to do your part, and then the date selection, their chi can do their part. Okay. So okay, and last time when I have a friend last time, she was looking for a job, and then I actually used some of the activation, and then also on a good day for her to activate that chi. And then let's hear from her.
Hi, this is Cheryl from Singapore. I'd just like to share with you a bit on I Ching and Feng Shui that I have actually come across. Well, this was actually introduced to me by Marcus, and around more than a year ago, he actually introduced that to me, and it has helped me quite a bit uh, in my life. So, like for example, recently, um, he has actually, identified for me which are the auspicious dates that I can do selection um, for job interviews. So, uh, and this has actually landed me quite a few opportunities for the job interview itself, and subsequently landing me a job. Okay, and also another recent case is whereby he actually introduced to me the Zui Dosu. So using that, he has helped me to look at my husband's life chart and identify uh, in terms of his jobs, opportunities, and direction that he should look towards too, and of course the career aspect that he should actually choose, and what are the things to look out for in the coming few years. So I believe that this will be helpful when it comes to his career choices, and what are the things that he should do to ensure his success. Okay, thank you.
So I actually uses this selection method for Shara, for her interviews, and then from her, I also tell her exactly what are the particular things to look out for, and with that, I'm happy for her, because that is within a span of quite a short span of time, she managed to choose from a few that's on the table, and she landed up in a job that she likes. Okay, so that's good. And ultimately, it comes back to the word. Okay, choose the date that fits you. Okay, not all good days are good for you. Okay, so this is the key. All right. So this is how a personalized calendar from outside looks like. Okay, how it looks like. It looks complicated. Never mind, I'll zoom in layer by layer and tell you what to look out for. Are you guys ready? If you guys are ready, just type a 1 to tell me that you are ready. Come on, I realized that today's maybe, yeah, so eat quite full. Just give me some response that you type a 1 to show me that you are ready. Then I'll go in layer by layer. So that you know that when you're choosing a date for yourself, personalized factor must set in, and with that personalized layer to set in, what are the things that you can consider looking out for? If you're ready, type a 1, I shall start. Okay, so we have a new friend here. Chi Hao, is it? Okay, hi Chi Hao, nice meeting you. This is the first time, right? I think it's the first time I saw him. So come, ready? Serene is ready. Come the rest. Bungkok. Hey, Bungkok, you're here. Jen, Carol, KS, Doris. Doris? Doris Pang? Oh, okay. So who else? Who else? Come on. Okay. So it's very important for you to know this part onwards. If you are still like half here, half there, start listening. These are the important stuff already. Okay. If you miss, then too bad lah. Okay. So in a date selection, okay, there's always this special, some of the special days that you need to avoid. Okay, some of the special days where you need to avoid. Okay, and for example, in date selection context, classically, one of the days that where one is doing like activations, consults, one has to be extra careful, like the Yang days. Okay, Yang days, is a day where normally people will try to avoid doing any major activations or major consultations. Okay, I still recall that just it's that day that is why uh, I was doing a house selection for my friend. Some on on some areas of landed properties, and then it was at we met at 11 a.m. Yeah, and then what happened when I go there? My car got issue along the way, small little hiccups. So I was late. Then when I arrived there and we see around, then the sun was cloudy. Apparently, cloudy, quite windy. I can see a sunburn. And then, so I don't know I got sunburn until later part of the day. And then, you know what? Within 2 days later, then I hurt my feet. Then my feet got issues. and but I know that the day when I went to look for property selection with her, my client, my friend also. Uh, it was a Yanggong day. See, when you do stuff like that during Yanggong days, certain things will happen. But I actually took my own precaution. That's why little hiccups here and there, little issues here and there. Got burned. Still, it was quite uncomfortable for a couple of days. My feet was also not good for a couple of days, but nothing major. So because I took my own precaution, despite because my friend need to see the house urgently, man. So despite Yanggong Day, I still go, but usually I will avoid. So Yanggong. Then also some of the Rahu days, okay? Rahu days, or we call it in the metaphysics term, maybe some of them call it the eclipse day. Not the moon sun eclipse, it's more than that, okay? We call it the Rahu days, which is to avoid also. Then some of the personalized breaking days. So you end up you see that some of the gray areas. Okay. So very clearly in my calendar, I will say that if you see that this part is gray, okay, avoid using. Okay. Avoid using if you can. If you see that this part is gray, under here is gray, it's also avoid using. If you see this part is if you see that this part is gray, but you got a high score, you can consider using. But if you see this part is gray, this two is gray, and then you got a low score, then if you can choose, don't use. If you can't choose, so be it, carry on. Okay, so actually in your calendar, in your personalized calendar, from us, we actually tell you that which are the days you can consider avoiding if you can choose. If you can't choose, then move on and get things done. Okay, don't avoid solving. Like okay, there's one case where my friend, he was he went for interview. He has confirmed the job. He has fixed a date for the job, and then apparently he looked at the calendar. It's great. Then he said, then he called the boss to change the date to start work. Then after that, he told me. Then after that, upon knowing that, I straight away tell him, no, you don't do that. You see, date selection is all about being practical, applicable on the in the world that we are living in. That must be first. Then we talk about date selection. Don't swap the order around. So practically, if you've promised the boss you start work on the day, and then if you call and cancel, and then you give a whatever weird reason that can come out from you, that before you start work you lose point. And when he says that you're giving stupid reason, you lose 2 points. So don't do this kind of thing. Okay, then I call my friend. No, you call your boss now and tell him that you have managed to settle the issue. You can start on the day that you have promised and you want to stick to it. After that, then I tell him on that day, despite it's being grey, I will teach you other ways to mitigate. Then from there, at least you score the point first with your future boss. You don't screw up that layer, and then with a good date selection, you add point to it by doing some of the mitigations. Then from there, isn't it way more practical? So date selection has to be back to this drawing board called practically applicable. practically applicable. Okay, it is totally not doable, undoable, not practical at all, then don't ever try that. Okay, so it's important regarding the mindset on what are the days to avoid. So in the calendar, we'll tell you the gray color to tell you that those are the days you should consider avoiding or to avoid if you can. All right, good. Then from there are also in a date selection on the general, there are several layers of concern like the crash day, the grand duke day for the year, harmonizing day based on the parcel chart. So many things to consider. Okay, and there are several layers comparing a date versus your budget. Okay, so all this we make it very simple because there are easily many things to consider. End of the day, we just tell you to look at this, the score. So if you see a high score, it will be in red color. If you see a not so high but good enough, it will be a pink color. If you see a gray, no good lah. If you see a white color, it means neutral. So that with this personal score, you know that if the score is high, that day is generally good for you based on its affinity with your birth chart. Simple, right? Rather than calculate, oh, is this my harmonizing day, my crash day, then is it Duke and all, then is it got this, got that and all, then is there what stars are there? So everything summarized to you in one score. So that once you see a red or a pink, good enough. You see a white, that means it's neutral. You use it wherever it's neutral, I'll put it this way. So it will neither be good nor bad, depending on whether you can choose. Okay. So this is how we have simplified for all our friends on a step one. Look at the date. Okay, and choose those that the high score. Normally, when in the date selection mentality, there's only two ways to approach. Number one, if there is something that you intend to do, and you would like to, let's say, prefer to do it within a range of dates. Let's say I need to do this next month, or I need to have a meeting. This meeting is supposed to happen next week, Monday to Friday, anytime. Yeah. Then, or you want to do something that that will be probably within the next second week and the third week, that duration. That means what you can plan ahead. Then from there you choose. This is scenario one. Scenario two is you are given a task that you don't have much of a choice. You need to do that on a certain day, or you need to have a call on a certain time. Then so be it. If that is the case, then case number two is you have to look at the chart of your own and see what are the good stars that you can tap and grab along the way and utilize it to your advantage. That's impromptu. So plan ahead or impromptu. These are the two ways in general that you can use a date selection. Okay. So, and always in a date selection, the thing is always look for heavenly soldier. It's very important to look for a heavenly soldier. It is like the good stuff are there, you don't use, then life will move on. But if you know how to use, you know to tap onto the right stars when it's available for you, use it. Because even in olden days, when Army A fights Army B, it's not only about soldier as to soldier, it's about tactics. It's about knowing the person's character. It's about knowing the person's sentiment, the style. It's about knowing what are the terrains like. It's about knowing the weather. It's about knowing the season. It's about knowing whether in this time of the year is it very foggy or is it very hot under the sun, or is it, or if people at the south are going to the north to fight during winter. I think they are more lembik or cannot fight. And people in the north very used to cold weather. They go to the south hot like pork knuckles. Then they're not used to the weather also. Okay, so it's the same thing. All these are your heavenly soldier on the warfare context in the olden days. Now, your heavenly soldiers are some of the stars where you can tap and use to your advantage. Okay, so far with me. So you must use all these stars to your advantage, or else it's like a blank check given to you, but you don't know it's a blank check. Okay, so use it. All right. So do you all want to know the stars? Okay, so what are some of the stars that you're familiar with? You can just type down here some of the stars that you always like. I know there are one or two that you always like Okay, some of the stars that you always like to look for when you are doing your thing, solving your problem, facing your challenges, addressing your issues. Okay, there are some stars which some people always look for. Okay, every time look for what Nobleman. There are many more other stars that you can use. Okay, got it. So today I'm going to cover a few. Okay, these are all the stars that will be in my later version of my auspicious calendar. Okay, so And I will going through individually all these stars and how you can tap on it so that when you're selecting your stars, select it correctly. Yeah. Okay. Because end of the day, it's like if you got if this day I got a family star, but then I'm not using the family style of activity or the line of activity, then it doesn't match. If I'm supposed to get a chef to cook for me, no issue. You got a chef to go and drive a plane for me. If I go and chef to go and build a house for me, the chefs don't know what double A, don't know how to do. So let's get the stars to work for you by tapping onto their strength, the strength that they are naturally good at. All right, I repeat again. If you want to tap onto the star, fundamentally your activity, the style, the method of engagement, okay, the methodology, the approach has to be in alignment to the strength of that star that you are tapping on, then to be able to garner the good chi. That's only one of the point. Okay, so let me go to the stars individually now. Nobleman stars. Okay. Nobleman stars are stars where you need help, you shall get help. That's only when the few criteria are met. Okay, like what? If you need help, open your mouth. Number one, let people know that you need a help. You have this issue on the table that you want extra pointers, advice, or people who have walked the path earn their right to share with you so that you avoid heavy mistakes. Now, upon they share with you, you avoid heavy mistakes. Then that's a form of helping already. So Nobleman is really not always trying to solve the problem for you, clear the shit for you. It may not always be the case. It's his presence that allows you, enables you to solve your problem. So that means to say the nobleman can sometimes be a nice guy helping you fold the sleeve, come, let me help you. Can also the little idiot and bastard that make the hell out of you and you grow better and become better of version of who you can be. Okay, so nobleman does not say about that person's character. He only says about the issue on the table to be addressed, get addressed. Okay, so first, open your mouth and ask for help. Second, when people have appeared offering, then you choose the one that best fits and accept their help. Because there are a handful of people who, number one, either not used to ask for help, okay, or number two, they're not used to accepting help because like, oh, I don't want to owe you a favor. I don't like to owe people's favor. So no, I don't want to. I don't need your help. I can manage. Then too bad lah. The nose is so high, so stuck up. So because in our life, it's very normal that we get help because we are not skilled in every aspect of everything. So get help on those areas that we are weak at. Okay, and then from there we help others on those areas that we are strong at. Then from there we can also be the nobleman of others, man. Then the chi can flow, man. Nobleman here, nobleman there, understand? So nobleman is all about that. Okay, so always bear in mind that if you need nobleman help, first do your part. Okay, at least get ask for help and also accept help when it's appropriate. I have covered a long topic on nobleman a couple of weeks ago on how to nurture the field of your nobleman so that you will have more nobleman luck, opportunities, okay, or abundance of noblemans around you. Then from there, you'll be much more blessed because you have a few of noblemen that are familiar with you, know you, and want to reach out to you to help you. Okay, it works seriously. Of course, at the highest level will be you do your part also when you can help, and you be the nobleman of other people. Then from there, because as you teach, you learn. Write this down. As you teach, you learn. As you learn, you teach. It's important. So you don't keep holding back. Hold your cards. Oh, I cannot teach you. It's very important. It's a secret. It's a trade secret. Okay. There are so many secrets in our life. If everybody holds their own secret, which can be of value to others, and then hold till you enter coffin, then too bad lah. So we don't want that. So certain things which you have, you can help, and you can accumulate your abundance, your good vibrations, and your capability to help, which we should help. Okay. Okay, so Nobleman Star is about addressing issues, solving problems. So if you need Nobleman Star, go and activate it. Okay, and so this is about Nobleman. Okay, I'll say about how to activate it, how to tap on it later. The second star is about inner realization. Okay, There are so many things that we don't understand in our life. Okay, there's so many things that we don't know how to do. So sometimes we have been taught, and it just cannot go in, or it goes in and it just flows out from here. So it's like a cheap glass from below, and whatever you pour, it just comes out. So these are the things where you want to increase the mental capacity, okay, the intelligence by or so to some people, this can be an offloading style, something that's been stuck in the mind. You want to offload some of the negativity, bad thinking, bad habitual thoughts, or some of the mindset that's not working for you, or pessimism. All this offloading you can use during the inner realization, because by clearing space, with the space, then you can put in new files that are good, workable for you. If you don't clear space in your hard disk, there's nothing you can put in, it's stuck. So it's always good to do some of your clearance. And by clearing, you have space inside the RAM, inside here, then you can put in new files that are more workable, more up to date, more usable by you at the moment in time. So clearance is one of the way, if you want to seek more clarity in life, if you want to clear negativity, if you want to learn something, master a skill, if you want to start learning, attending a course to learn something that's very important for your livelihood, for your wealth down the road, for your career, or if you have issues, if you are resolving or doing some data analysis and just somehow you can't figure out where is the weak link or where is the issue, then inner realization will help in all these issues. If you don't know what you want and you try to figure out what you want from an activation, or what you want in life, or the direction you want in life, inner realization is good. Okay, all right. So far, any question? Today very good. All clear, and we go move on. Okay, okay. So this is for inner realization. Let me cover some of the stuff so far. Okay, yeah. Okay, so health is very clear cut. If you got health issue, number one, don't wait for a health start. I repeat, if you got health issue, number one, do not wait for a health start. Go and see a doctor first. Okay, always the case. See a doctor to know what's the issue on the table, and then for at least you solve it. Because some issues, like you got cut, you don't ask question like who cut me, or how deep is the cut, or what's the material of the knife that's going to cut my skin, or then how much blood has been drew out, or this knife is made from which vendor, what's the material, this knife is what brand. You don't ask this kind of weird question. Okay? First thing, when it's a bleed, go and stop the bleeding first. Smart, okay, always stop the bleeding first, and then when the issue is contained and you're not into the A&E situation, okay, then let's talk. So same thing for health start is best used when, let's say, you have an issue and you want to seek a second opinion, you want to seek a third opinion, or you want to find answers at an affordable stage of phase, not an A&E or urgent stage. You want to seek answers. Then the health style will point to you. The style can be used in that to find second opinion answers, third opinion answers, to find answers that really hopefully will help into your medical situation. Okay, all right. So it's just like my mom's case. I actually shared it before. She need to go for an operation, and it ends up she has to wait for 4 months for the operation. The operation data queue is damn freaking long. So okay, wait for 4 months. Then after that, within a month, the doctor called her, and she said, "Hey, you don't have to wait for 4 months. There's one appointment that is next month, and that is during the Chinese New Year." So ask my mom, "Hey, do you want to take or not?" Then my mom said, "Oh yes, of course. I don't like the pain. I want to get this sorted as early as possible." Then after that, after my mom okay with the new date, with the next month rather than the 4 months later, then she told me, "Hey, I got an appointment, surgery. It was scheduled forward, so it's on this day." Oh, okay. I think look at the calendar. Oh shit, I think it's a danger day. It's a danger day. Then, but then I did not tell my mom to cancel the appointment. And I also apparently realized that because appointment schedules are very back to back. So for a person to in advance cancel the date out, probably the person know the date selection. He or she saw that it's a danger day, and he or she cancelled the appointment, so the slot was vacated. On that on that aspect, then the slot was actually landed out onto my mom's, and she wanted. So first, I did not ask her to cancel because it's a danger day. I go and look at other stars, and then there are quite a few supporting stars. Number one, check is good. Number two, I did a divination on the outcome of the surgery. It's good. Check. Number two, I also, to play safe, I reinforced on a right date selection so that just before my mom went for operation, to make sure that everything is reinforced despite it is a danger day. Check. Number three. So end of the day, if you do a needful part, danger day, so what? Correct now. Maybe it's dangerous to the cells that's giving her issues. Then off it goes. Okay. So health wise, always address practical issue first before you talk about all the stars, for this case, health. All right. So we can do that for second opinion, third opinion, finding answers for health when it's at a stage where you can afford, not an urgent stage. Okay. Fourth star is a wealth star. So wealth star, you see, you need to work to get paid for salary workers. Correct. You need to do sales, marketing, get your product out that gives value to the people before you get paid. Correct. So at the end of the day, you still need to go and queue at the Singapore pool to buy 4D before you can strike. You still need action, right? So wealth in olden days is actually called action. Okay. But just people only see the wealth part, they forget about the action part. Okay, these two has to come together. So for you to activate wealth, number one, make sure you take action. Okay, number two, make sure your action can make it one. Not like those. If you have ability issue, capability issue, then admit it and get it better by yourself or get somebody to do it for you. Okay, so it's like my case. You see, like in the past, my sales was very bad. Then I need to get sales in. So I actually need to learn the sales. But if my sales skill is bad, I can't have a good day activation. Hopefully my sales will voila. It doesn't work like that consistently, okay? For things to be consistently and be practical, first I need to do my part to back up my sales selling skill and make sure that it's doable, workable in the way the market are responding, and then people are able to buy, then I can earn the revenue. Correct or not? So similarly for wealth star to activate, you have to make sure that your actions can make it. And then on that context, taking action, then if you choose a day where the wealth star are there, then very likely you will be able to end up with tangible results. But the fact tangible, it can mean several many things. It can mean wealth, money, financial. It can mean you got a medal, you got a award, you got some rewards, you are appreciated openly, you get what you want, you literally get the item in on your hand. These are all called tangible outcomes that you will get. Okay, it is not so fixated only to money per se, money. Okay, it's something that is tangible, an outcome that you want to achieve. So you take actions and in align to the good stars, you have a higher chance of tapping and get the outcome more favorable to your side. Got it? Okay. So broaden the scope. Okay. Wealth means action. Action has to be effective. And effective actions doing it at the right time with the right alignment of the stars makes it more favorable to your outcome. Okay, got it? So that's how it works. So another stars that you if you want to tap will be the social star. You know, in this time nowadays, social media powerful. Not you tell me. Social media, you tell me powerful. If you think powerful, you type powerful. If you think social media not powerful, you type not powerful. And then I roughly have a poll and see what are the your thoughts. Social media nowadays, do you think it's powerful? Come, 来. You tell me social media nowadays is powerful or not? Okay. In my opinion, it is. Okay. What about in your opinion? Joanne Ho say power. The rest, you think it's powerful? Huh? How about the rest? Like, the rest, how do you think social media is it powerful? So if you think it's powerful, Chihao say powerful, Serene powerful, KH powerful, Katan powerful, KS powerful. It's very powerful. Okay, because social media can bring down a lot of people. Social media, let's say in Singapore, okay, so many cases that leads to attention of the police. Even in Facebook, the Weicha law, all the car camera just post it and let the police catch them. Okay, even social media, people can dig out, during the election. Okay, somebody was actually asked to not to participate in the election because of the power of social media. Okay, so so it can really pull down a person from their from where they are, or put them in very pressurizing light where where there's no way to hide again. So social is very powerful. So if you are one of those friends who are very into social media nowadays, like posting stuff to let people know about you, about your strength, your presence in LinkedIn. Let's say your influencing career, your blogs, your video editing, your videography, your photography, your copywriting. All these are social. Okay, where is one to many. Remember the word one to many, and you try to link them up so that they can see you, preferably in a good light. You want them to see you preferably in a good light. Then from there, social media style is very useful. Okay, and if you're doing presentation one to many, if you are in a team doing stuff together and you want to leave a good lasting impression, one to many. If you want to have a post and you want to have many likes in Facebook, one to many. So one to many connections and engagements, then you can use social style. Okay, so that's the reason. And because through connections, through social, through the word of mouth, things can spread faster and they can know you better or know you faster. And then from there, you can actually get what you want in a shorter time. Maybe you want to find somebody that helps you in your sales. Maybe you find somebody that is strong in this particular skills, or who has this connection to certain things which you want for your job. So all these social are very useful and powerful. Okay, you can find a social day and send out a few WhatsApp and ask your friends, hey, I need this XX help. Anybody who knows anything about XX, introduce that guy to me. Okay, I need that help. You see, you can do your social day. Correct, not so social. Don't underestimate. It's a very useful style to use when you need one. Okay. So the next style will be the important engagement. Okay, important engagement is actually a style where you are able to, you're meeting up important client, you are meeting up with somebody important. Okay, you're meeting up somebody important. And usually it's for business or for career. And that one person that's important, maybe or your boss is coming over every 4 months, and you might want to choose a date where this important engagement works for you to meet that boss that comes in every 4 months. You're meeting a very important client, okay, and then you can choose this day. You're meeting, you happens to meet a key top management person, and he asks you for some opinion. This style can use. Even okay, impromptu, you know that today you got important engagement style. Okay, and then from there you purposely go and by sheer chance bump onto that important executive at the lift, and then from there you enter the lift together and you purposely tap onto this important engagement and you pitch to him in the lift in the right direction. Isn't that premeditated move? But it works for you. Who cares? Even last time, Zhou Renfa, Zhou Renfa, he did that. Okay, but he didn't use an important engagement style, but he used the same mindset and approach. You know what he did? He was tall, handsome, very, very pretty much ambitious at the time. And what he do? He was tall, handsome. And he was trying to get more of the lead roles in TVB. So he had loiter around the lead, until when some executive came and want to take the leave. Then he goes in together with him, and goes down, and then he talk. And then in that pitch, elevator pitch, he managed to cast an impression. And he's been doing that for quite a while, no? So every executive that walk past, he just time and just appear, and then from there try to engage and make sure that he leaves a very good, important, lasting impression. Ends up he got all the few important roles like the time of Wang Zhongren Qing Qing this is my age one, you should know all this too okay, Wang Zhongren Qing Qing all this. Zhou Renfa right now is a lead role. So yeah, then from that, yeah. So isn't important engagement important? Okay, so anybody that you think can make a needle shift in your career or your business, you need to have that one-to-one, okay, lasting impression. Tap on this star, okay, to open up opportunities, okay, opportunities, okay. I repeat again, important people that can open up your opportunities for business or success. Tap this star, okay. Important or not? Hey, hi, Chunfa. Hey, nice meeting you again. Chunfa is my senior, a very, very kind-hearted and nice gentleman. Okay, he teach me a lot of things when I was young. Okay, so the next star, relationship. Relationship, you see, if in life we always have somebody close, usually, okay. When you were young, probably the parents, maybe the grandparents. Some of us are close to the sibling, and then during school days we have BFF. Is it called BFF? Yeah, or close friend. Okay, and then during when we are working society, then probably we have like the boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay, and then as you progress, getting married, the spouse. Okay, all these are relationship. Okay, so relationship drives a few things: affections, emotions, and also care, concern, and it's a bonding. Okay, some by blood, some not by blood, but either way, it's really the bonding, and relationship done it in a healthy way, it can make one another stronger, and we grow together. Okay, so relationship can also be romantic, it can be non-romantic, but it's usually one to one. Usually one to one, not social. Social is one to many. This one relationship is one to one. So if you think you want to be seen better, feel better, look better, emotionally felt better with that person that you're engaging, okay, it can be your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, it can be your boss, it can be somebody that matters to you, your sensei, your mentor, anybody is an important one-to-one. You want to have a good relationship, a good long-lasting impression, okay, and people feel good about you, then you use the relationship star, okay, so that people will have a emotional residue of you, and oh, this guy not bad, yeah, can. So then from that, it sets forth a good foundation for whatever that's going to come next. Okay, so relationship star is one to one, usually can be romantic, can be non-romantic, but either way is to make sure that you left a good impression to the person for whatever you're trying to achieve as your objective. Okay, and so use that. Okay, and then relationship usually is again more of a fire element. So it's more, don't logic too much when you are dealing and trying to use a relationship. Relationship side is really feel good, look good, see good. Okay, don't go and bang the table and then argue with the person and logic with the person and say logically it should be like that. It's a matter of fact. No. Relationship is to feel good, look good. Even at the end of the day, when there's no action, feel good, look good, move on, is good. Okay, but at least you don't tarnish the relationship. So don't logic, don't argue, and always be harmonious, be amicable while using this star. Okay, got it? All right. So on this, what else do I have? Just remember, okay, these are usually the few stars. I additionally add in these few stars later, or these few stars that will come next for your sake is a later revision of my personalized calendar. Number one, one of the new stars which I added is selling. In this world, it's all about selling. Really, you have an opinion, you want to convince people, it's selling. You go for an interview and you make sure that person likes you, are convinced about what they saw on your CV, and they want to hire you, you're selling. End of the day, if you have a product and you want people to buy, you have to do selling. And if you are into you are trying to convince other people of your idea, your perception, to persuade them. Selling. If you are doing negotiation so that you get what you want, but they also get what they want, so that end of the day, negotiation, deal making is also a form of selling. So in this world, it's all about selling, selling ideas, selling products, selling services, selling opinion, and get you wanted, get you convinced, get you paid for it, make sure you want it. Okay, so the world is about selling. So if that day you think you want to activate your selling star, so that people will buy from you or buy your ideas or buy your concepts or buy your theory or buy your persuasion, then you can use this selling. So selling is one thing which we need to learn anyway, whether we like it or not. Okay. So even in computer games nowadays, they are always also buying and selling of virtual money, right? Now, so it can never run away. It's always an exchange. Selling is just an exchange of something that I want versus something that I need. So by giving something that I want, I give something that you need. So that's how it works. It's a flow. So if you think you want if you need to activate, if you want to activate your selling star, then you can refer to the calendar. All right. Especially interview, it's good to use. All right. Okay. The other star is about family. Family star is really about how you want to have better bonding with your family, and then your family meaning who? Your kids, your parents, your spouse, can include a dog if you want. Okay. So, but then it's really about family bonding, doing things together, forming family or family fellowship bonding or family activities. Okay, it's a very good start to use to enhance and foster that. So that for those friends who have been very busy working, then you can actually tap onto this family style to actually have a more quality outcome and involvement. Okay. And for those friends who are trying to form a family by having kids, you can tap onto this star. Okay. For those friends who are trying to have kids, you can tap onto this star also, forming family, man. Okay. And and how to tap, I'll tell you later. Okay. So family star are really for family, family, okay. For siblings, with your siblings, with your spouse, with your parents, with your kids, in a dog, in a cat. Okay. Okay, so and one more star, spiritual and clearance. For those friends who are more spiritual out there, who always are very into their inner world, to feel good, to feel charged up, to feel spiritual in connection with the cosmos, to practice or meditation, okay, or yeah, and then from there you always find having difficulties in getting into that state, or the path that you are taking, somehow it is not very much improving. If that is the case, then you can consider using this spiritual and clearance, okay, where it clears the inner obstacles, inner obscurations, eliminate all the negativity by doing the spiritual practices that you have been wanting to. Okay, I don't care whether you have religion or non-religion. Okay, if you want to do clearance, okay, to some people you call it uh, karmic clearance, okay, or energy clearance, okay, or negativity clearance, okay, or removal of obscurations, then you can actually tap onto this star, okay, where it gives you a better, more chances of favorable outcomes, inner clearance, inner clarity, more spiritual progress. And to those people who are very into religious or non-religious, this style will be very helpful for you. Because I have a lot of friends who come to ask me, what about this style? Okay, you put it this way: if you have your own way that's workable, anyway, you just use it. You don't need the chart. But if you want to take a second reference because your own way seems to having a roadblock, then you can consider using this star to tap onto it so that you maximize the opportunity for a good, favorable experience, outcome, results. Okay, so these are all the 8 stars. No, 10 stars that you can consider tapping if you use the auspicious personalized calendar. Okay, so it works in this way. If you see a red color down here, that means to tap on that means you can tap on, if you see a red color, that means you can tap onto the nobleman. If you see a red color here on this day, that means you can tap onto the meet client. Okay, important engagement. If you see a red color here, that means you can tap onto the family. How to tap? By using the approach or activities or the kind of engagement that I've just told you for each and every individual star. And how to tap? By two ways. Two ways. Okay. Okay, rephrase. Three ways. First way, if you want to tap onto your nobleman star, let's say this case. Okay, so what you need to do is at the south sector of your area, be it your office or your home, the whole house or the whole office at the south, you go there and do and that activities needed and back face south. That's number one. You go to that south corner sector of your whole house or your whole office and go there and sit back face south and do that activity. Send email, ask for help, do presentation, ask for advice, or this sort of activities. And if you can't be in the whole area, that south sector, at least be in that room, that south sector. Okay, so that's number one. If you can't be in the south, never mind. Just be anywhere you are. Also, it can be at the toilet, sitting at the on the toilet seat there, and then you take out your phone, you're back facing south, and you go and message, you ask for help. So second best option is be anywhere you are, sit down, back face south, and you do the activity. Ask for help. Nobleman ma, okay. And if number three, then if you can't be in that back facing direction, then you can consider moving southwards in the direction from your office or from your house southwards and look for the answer or the solution that you need. Okay, got three tiers. The best one will be at the south, sitting back facing south. Second, just back facing south. Third, in the direction of south. Got it? So same thing. If you are meeting, if that day you have a northeast that's meeting important client, so what you can do is you can't control, you can't influence to sit at the northeast sector of wherever, right? But at least you know it's northeast. So when you're meeting your client on that day, you take a compass, you know where's the northeast. So when you are there, you sit down, you purposely tilt and talk to him. Tilt a bit so that you are at northeast. And then from there, you do engagement with him that opens up for more opportunities. So if you that day, let's say that day you have you want to do selling, you got a selling star, then you can actually either, if the person is in front of you, you try to back face northwest and do your selling. If it's online, open your laptop anywhere you are, you sit down anywhere you are, and you back face northeast and you do your selling online. So it can be offline, online, but as long as your back is facing a direction, you can tap on it if it is red in color for that day. So far with me. So you see, if the star is this one, you sell lah. If the star is this one, you can use this one lah. If there's no star down here, you can't use relationship lah, because it's weak or not connected to you. So far, are you with me? It's very straightforward, right? So let's say if that day, if let's say this day, you got a nobleman star, and you got a mid client star, and you got, yeah, that's all. Then you can use either of these two stars. Choose one that you think you're most confident with. You got two, you can choose either one of the two. If you got five, happens to, you can choose either one of the five. Okay, so that's how it works. All right. So if you see a red color, it means that that day, matching to your budget, the star is aligned to your birth chart, and you can tap free. Okay, as long as you do what the stars are good at, and you tap it through the right the directions with your back facing, and you use that approach where the stars are more attuned to. That's all you need. Any questions so far? All very clear cut, huh? Okay, so very straightforward. Okay, so no questions, huh? Any questions? So these are all very straightforward. Okay, so now you know that there are so many stars that you can tap. So it's only a question of you plan ahead to tap onto that star that you need, or whatever day that's being given or scheduled to you, you then look at the day and see what good stars do you have that you can pick and choose to use. Okay, so no questions. Very good. Okay,
One question.
Jen, meet client means face to face, not including on the phone. I just answered you already. Okay, it can be virtual, it can be face to face as long as you're back facing the indicated direction. All right. Okay, Carol, chasing debts under wealth or clearance. Chasing debts, it can be both. Okay, because somebody owe you money is because there's a cost, ma. You lend him money, ma. If you lend him money, there's a cost, and the effect is you want him to clear. Okay, so but typically wealth is better off, but clearance you can try. Okay, because it does work. Because it's a karmic sum. Karmic sum means he owe you, he has not paid you. It is still the cost is that effect has not fully ripened. Okay. Any other question? Okay, good. Very good. September calendar available soon. This is for personalized. Okay. For the general ones, every 2 weeks we'll put it out. For personalized, you have to if you're comfortable, you have to look for us in order to get one. Okay. Okay. So auspicious date selection. So the timing is important. Every day there are some good times and maybe some of the weaker negative times. Okay. So for the auspicious date selection, you need to look at the time if you want to, and it's all stated down here. If you see a red, it's a good hour lah. You see a pink, not bad. If you see a gray, avoid if you can. You see a white, neutral. Okay, bear in mind, avoid if you can. And this is like a bonus layer. If you have locked the day, either with a high score or lock the day with a good star, then the timing, whether it's gray or red, is just a bonus. It will not tweak the needle, it will not offset the needle. It will just be like bonus kind of thing. It will not become like +1 -1 becomes 0. Okay, so that's why what I'm trying to say is if you see a gray color for the hour, but your stars are red, don't care, use it. But if your stars are red for the day and you think you want to aim a red hour, if you think you want, nothing to lose. Better still. Okay, but if it happens to you're forced to go for a meeting on that day, and that day is a good star, but it's a gray hour, so be it. Use the star first. Okay, so that's how you use it. Get the good one first. Okay, is the whole logic is really lock the high score first, or and the red star, one of the 10 stars that you can write on. Okay. So if there's 12 zodiac, in case you all still don't know, there are 12 animal signs. So based on the year of birth, if you see at this column that if you're born the year of the pig, then the pig is here. So all the pig, everything down here, all the pig that day either suggest to you not to use. Okay, if you're born the year of the pig, then the pig that says here, that means the whole row clash with pig, suggest not to use if you can choose. If you can't choose, why bother? Carry on. Okay. So practically it covers, but depending on what it can still influence. Because if you use, chances are it will not work. Or even if it works to a certain level, if it ever works to a certain level, maybe it's not 100%, maybe 80, maybe it's 20%, the path will be more turbulent, more rough, and you will have maybe some little surprises that walao kind of stuff along the way. But it would not, but so if you can, don't use. Okay, so that you have a more optimal outcome, and especially for those weak heart, don't try to use those days that clash with your year of birth. Year, only year, okay? The month, the day, the hour, no, only the year. Okay, that's the reason for it. Okay, so with it, all right. So, any question? Lai? Shiha, what about wedding activities? Okay, for wedding activities, you need okay, you see, wedding is about 2 person, you and your partner. So you and your partner, no only that, your parents also. So wedding selection is really about number one, when is the period you want. Okay, and with that period, maybe the 2 months, example from October to December, that period, and then from that period is your preference. Then I'll ask you again, which are the days you don't want? Or I don't want all the weekdays, I only want Friday and Saturday. And then even zoom down further to lesser choices. And then from there, you and your partner's chart, and generally also the parents chart. For my case, I'll do the parents chart also, because they are one of the next layer of key person for your wedding. Okay, so I'll look at a more holistic manner. So for date selection for wedding, this chart to me not enough. Okay, this chart to me not enough because it encompasses a lot more important peoples within. Okay, just like selecting a date for your baby. Oh yeah, it reminds me. So you never ever use this method and this calendar to select a good day to give birth to your baby. Never ever use, let's say your wife, you got what your wife got this personalized calendar, and you choose a good day from this calendar to give birth to a baby. Never use this method. Okay, the methodology is totally wrong. Okay, to choose the birth date for your baby is not based on your wife. It's based on the the father, mother, the kid, and probably the parents also. Okay, it's a more holistic view. So never ever use the conventional date selection method to talk about giving birth, the time, the date to give birth to your child. Okay, important, huh? Okay. Anyway, good question. Any other? How can we get a personalized calendar? You buy from us. Okay, because I actually reprogram this to a new version where it includes a few more important stuff. Then yes, if any friends who are interested can get it from us. Any other question? No, no. Then I'll move on. Okay, so you see, so I will go into some examples so that roughly what to look out for. Okay. Let's say I'll just zoom into here lah. Okay, let's say okay, so you are asked to you want to make an important visit to your client. Okay, example of how you use the calendar. And the time to meet is probably 19 to 24th August. So 19 to 24th August is down here. So we got 19 to 24th August, 19 here, 24 here. Oh, of all these, then the 19 is actually rate in personal score. So my first glance is actually to consider 19. Wait, there's a gray here, and there's also a gray here. So gray in weekday means avoid using killing day. Gray here means lunar date in gray, inauspicious, preferably to use only when score are high. So score is not bad. Okay, so debatable. So 19 is an option. Okay, as long as it's not down here gray, can still okay. So 19, yeah, if I can, okay, let's avoid. Okay, because it's still gray here. Then what's the next next good score? Don't have a. Then might as well consider 25th lah. So 25th is a high score. So I then consider, okay, maybe I can make it a 25th. Yeah, 25th. Then from there, you will see from here, 25th, what are the good stars that you have? Oh, I have a nobleman. So I can actually sit down and engage, asking for help, asking for advice, asking for support, asking for resources by back facing north during the call or before the call. And then after getting the right resources and support, then I can use family. Families for family. Then maybe clearance. If I am trying to clear all the obstacles that your client have, so that by clearing his obstacles, it clears mine. Probably you can. So I have two options, probably the clearance. So to clear his problem, that means to help me on my closure also. So northwest or north is your option. So you just have to sit down and back facing the needed direction and use that approach for your planned meeting. It's as simple as that. Okay, so it is not a very hard star to use. Okay, so all you need to do is really plan ahead. Let's say another example. Another example. Your boss asks you, on the 23rd. Okay, no, on the 20. No, I use this example. Okay, on the 20. Let's say on the 21st. Your boss calls you on the 21st of January. Okay, go and make a call. Make a call to this XX big client. Okay, very important call. Make sure you succeed. Okay, don't screw up. That's what our boss tell you. Then you look at 21st January. It's a date given. You cannot choose. Okay, good. Ayah, it's a score is only one. Never mind. Let me see what are the good stars. Then you can scan. Don't have any stars. And you scan further. Ayah, don't have any stars. Then how? Then you cancel the score, lor. Or you go and screw a boss, lor. Why you put it on that day? No, you don't do that. Okay. See, for this, there will be cases where you are not given a choice, and by looking at the calendar, there's no good scores, no stars at all for you to tap. Then what happened? Wait. 7 to 9, not bad. 11 to 1, 1 to 3, not bad. In this saying in Chinese, bo he he ma ho. Okay, repeat after me. Bo he he ma ho. Okay, so that means to say, if got no fish, shrimp also can make it. That means what? Grab whatever you can find and make use of the star. So there's a good timing from 11 to 3. Try to plan in advance to make sure that if I were the person, I will plan it at 11. So that any last minute changes are postponed to 1 is still within. Postponed to 2:30 is still within. You don't plan at, let's start at 2 o'clock. Then any postpone will be to 5 p.m. and it sucks again. So within that range, if you can start early, any delay, you'll still be within the time range safer. Tap on the red one. So that's how it works. If you got a choice, choose. No choice, choose what's still best to be used. Okay. So let's say if you need to go and meet with your girlfriend, no, you meet with a potential lady that you want her to be your girlfriend, and then she said, "Oh, I'm free on the 23rd of January." 23rd is actually a day where avoid using, but no choice, right? Use it. If got choice, don't use. No choice, then you consider. Okay. Oh yeah, minus 22 is a very low score. Very low score. So let's see what are the stars available. Wow, don't have. Oh, again, don't have. Don't have, right? Okay. Then if you don't have, you call her at 3 a.m., ask her to go and pee. No lah, don't do this kind of thing. Okay. You 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. is the best time for the day. So plan something at 3 to 5. Let's say, we are working 3 to 5, you can't afford anything. Then at least plant some seeds 3 to 5. Maybe you send her some flowers that arrive at between 3 to 5 to tone, to anchor the point that the rest of the activities that's going to happen later, you anchor a point that makes use of the best timing. Count tip. Correct or not? Okay. So these are the ways to use. Okay, let's say another example again. Okay. Well, I can go forever. Okay, let's say, you have arranged something on the 25th. No, you're planning something. Let's say you want to do a launch. For launch, right, on the 25th. 25th is high score. High score with stars, high score with family, high score with clearance. So if you got high score and you got star, good lah. But I would suggest you don't be so anal. You don't always try to look for days which have high score, good star, good timing, no grade. Macam like you are trying to look for a royal flush every time. You are wasting all the opportunities. If you think you always want to look for a royal flush, then you waste a lot of opportunities. Because the whole logic works in this way. In a room that's dark, if I got one source of light at this corner, with that light, the room will not be totally dim. Because of the light source at this corner. Okay, then I switch off this light. In the same room, now at the other end, I turn on the light at the other corner of the room. With that light turned on at the other corner, the room again will not be totally dim. Correct now? So that means to say, as long as I got one light source, I won't be in total darkness. As soon as I got a good star to use, I'm good enough. I don't have to wait for the best stars, the right stars, all red stars to use. No. Okay, as long as I got one red, good. If I got two red, bonus. If I happens to have red stars, good score, and a good timing, carry on. But don't always look for a royal flush. Or if you always look for a royal flush, you are as good as that's the mindset you have. You can't go very far in life. Optimizing opportunities in your life. Okay, so again, you might ask me scenarios like, what about certain cases where, let's say, if I have example, if I have a high score and then there are no stars at all, how? If there's a high score, that day is strongly has strong affinity with you. So that means to say, the direction is not given. You can't tap, but you use your intuition to see where are the direction that you feel very comfortable. You sit down there and you do what you need to do in the approach where you have the highest confidence level with. Okay, if a high score, you have no stars of any sort, then you sit at any direction that you need, but you can still do the activity because it has strong scores, high score, red, so you can still use. It's just that you have to use your intuition to see what is the direction that you feel most comfortable with, and use the approach that you're most comfortable with based on your experience, based on your observation, and based on the approach and style that you are usually attuned to. Okay, so far isn't that straightforward? So now you know that all these methods are very easily applicable. Okay, and my calendar, I am actually doing. These are all the personal date selection that you can keep doing. It's all about what personalization of yourself. Be it making important calls, making a launch, making doing interview, meeting somebody important, planning your meetings, trying to convince the team with your ideas, trying to go into the room, and hopefully the boss goes everybody except you. You can still tap. Okay, I have friends who come back to me. The boss goes, and I just skip the person at school because the person sit in the direction where he is favorable with. Okay, it's like delusion door. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so it's all about the law of alignment. Okay, and true, if you do your part, make the capability level up to mark, then it's just tapping onto the best stars or activation to ride onto a more favorable outcome. I have an example and story sharing from Paul.
Hi everyone, my name is Paul Chu. I'm a full-time investor managing investments and finances for both my family and friends. So through the entire talk, right, I learned to declutter certain areas of my life, how to add in certain plants and water features at certain areas, and that have actually boosted a lot in terms of my work, family interactions, the energy flow of the homes, and we always feel very high spirited all the time. So with my 八字 radio hand, so I discussed to Master Marcus, right? Master Marcus, first sentence, he looked at me, he just said, 小弟, last week or two, you got into a car accident, right? At the point of time, I was like, wow, yes, a lorry just hit to my car, and only my family members and my close friends only know about it. And I was really, really surprised. I mean, by the accurate reading of his, just listen to their advice and follow through throughout. And with that, I think after broadcasting on the first week, 2 weeks, life just goes on per normal, right? Then I begin receiving a lot of like phone calls from from my colleagues, from prospective clients, and even when I send out my works. Like for example, I'm just trying my luck to see whether I can get a meet up or one-on-one with certain CEOs to get more insight, information, and better understanding of the business model, right? Yeah, he's willing to do so. I mean, bear in mind that they are a multi-billions dollars company CEO, and they really just put time aside just to meet like a small timer like me. I was like, wow, mind blown. And I believe that all this couldn't happen without Sally and Master Marcus' help, because I've been doing this for years, and most of my emails and my calls has always been like it's been very short, and it's not even prompt to the part that I get to meet them face to face, have a phone call discussions, and etc. And not only that, previously I think my returns was close to five digit for per annum, but after changing of number, everything just comes to play much more naturally. And things just comes to you. My returns has been getting close to six figures returns in just 6 months. And looking back on the high side, things are working favorably to you.
So Paul is a very high energy person, and he's really good in what he's doing. Okay, so if you're good in what you're doing, tapping onto a rightful date totally favorably works towards you. And then from there, okay, he also changed his mobile number with us. Okay, and then that adds into the layer of extra alignment of the chi typing. So what we did for Paul is very clear cut: align chi, activation, and tap onto it. And then from there, he's managed to get all the results that he wants. Of course, it's not only because of date selection or number. He has to do the part, and he's totally above the mark of capability and ability. So that's the reason why. So while you're spending anyway, hard time, energy, money, lots of effort trying to achieve what you want to achieve, you might as well make it work for you with just what something that's free. As long as you got your health there, you are still alive, standing, the date lah. Okay, because the date the clock will just keep moving. It's just for you to tap and align. Okay, so use where the stars are good at. This is very important. You get a chef to cook. You don't get a chef to go and drive your Formula One. Okay, you don't go get a chef to go and build your house. You get a construction person that to do that. You don't get a chef to go and design your house. Okay, design a kitchen, yes. House, probably no. So always use where the stars are good at based on the approach. And if it's red, align, back, tap, do it, and do it with standard. Okay, or do it with some skillfulness. Okay, if you know that the boss is about to scold you on that day and you tap on the direction, you as Aggie say, like sit, Aggie say, or you say sit lower, okay, but then the frequency will just fly through. So that the boss will not scold you. Okay, so always use where the stars are good at. Don't just blindly use. Okay, it's all about what? It's all about the secret of getting ahead is to get correctly started. Okay, the secret of getting ahead in the ball game is to correctly get started. Then from there, you are ahead of the game. So for any of the friends who are very interested in our auspicious calendar, do go and PM to us. Okay, and then from there, then we'll and to ask for the price, and then we'll tell you if you're interested. Okay, so and it looks exactly like what you saw just now. Okay, it looks exactly with the whole template. Okay, and for a 12 months rolling calendar, that means if you're interested, you confirm with us, then you'll be getting a 12 months from 29 August until at least 29 August next year. So that is a 12-month rolling of all the stars and everything based on your 八字 chart. Based personalized to your 八字 chart. Okay, I'll be using that for everything, even for everything. I'm using it a few times a day. And how it works is like that. Anything that's important for the day, let's say today, my most important will be that email, that phone call, and the time with my kids. And if this is the case, then I just plan the phone call. I got a star. Yeah, I can tap this one. The email, it's free time, right? Okay, anytime that I can send the email, right? Okay, maybe this star, if I can tap. Then from there, then from that family, that what is the best star or best timing that I can write on? Then you become like every day just a 5 minutes thing to plan ahead. So that you plan your day well, you write on it. Okay, it's just simple. Okay. Then at the end of the day, it's just really about getting outcome. Okay, it's about getting the outcome that you want and favorable to you. Okay. So yes. I'll be starting a series. I'll be starting previews. Okay, and my preview is on the 2nd of September, 8:15. It's going to talk about unlocking more potentials for mobile number. A lot of you all have been changing mobile. If you realize your friends have been changing mobile numbers, and they came in contact with me, then you roughly know why. Okay. But you see, I have been so many rounds for the last so many months, been able to online talk about you. Sometimes I'm be meeting you the first time. We'll be able to see things that is quite around there, spot on. And you see, if I can read mobile number about you, I can also read mobile number about other people. So if you want to unlock more potentials of what a mobile number can do to make it work for you, to let you plan ahead, to let you be more better engaged with people around you, do join me in my preview, 2nd September, 8:15 on Wednesday. Sign up and lock your calendar now. Okay, so the link is actually inside the chat now. So do sign up and join me in my preview where I'm going to share a bit about the potentials of the number, what it can actually do. Okay, because if you grasp this skill correct, you'll be able to do a lot of other things like divination. Okay, so join me. I hope to see you there. Okay, and if you have not get your 15 minutes free consult yet about your current number, quickly join. Okay, we might stop anytime now because my schedule is really getting okay. I got well, lesser and lesser time already. So if you have not booked your 15 minutes consult, do quickly book. Okay, because I may or may not want to continue this because my time is really getting packed. Okay, so scan this QR code. Then from there, enter your information, and then on that actual day, just send us a WhatsApp on your like and follow screenshot and title Lucky Mobile, and then I will see you on that slot on that scheduled day that you have booked. Okay, so it's very straightforward. So if you're interested in changing number, like some people who just changed recently and just tried something recently, right? Just now, so if you're interested for auspicious number, to change, do book us with us, PM us. We'll tell you exactly how to change, what to do, when to do, what exactly you need to prepare, and then how to look for numbers, what numbers do you have, and what does the number mean, and how the number on that number can support your cost, blah blah blah, a lot. Okay, so it will be a video call for this to tell you exactly what to do. Okay, so if you're interested to change your number, do book us. And if you're interested to be in our community, then this is our new number. We also practice what we preach. Recently, we've changed our mobile number, and after changing, very, very not free, okay, really. Things are going very good, and then I'll be also rolling out new styles, and so hopefully I'll still continue to keep you engaged and help you, okay, provided if you are willing to help yourself. Okay, take your steps, learn, and also at least to apply and at least to make a difference in your life. Okay, because the last thing you want to say after 2 years is, if only I know. Okay, because that statement means nothing after 2 years. Okay, it means a lot now if you take action to do something for yourself so as to be in a better shape, better position, better vibration compared to the past. All right, so scan this QR code to go to our Facebook for more stuffs. All right, so any questions that you might have that you want to ask, come, let's have some Q&A. Ooh, any questions? Any questions from you all? So today's session is really primarily about a personalized auspicious calendar. At least you know what are the stars you can look out for if you know the method. If you want a simple way, then from there, it will this video you can always come back and see again, and then to know how to tap, what are the stars, how to read the calendar, and this calendar will be sent to you by PDF so that it's always on your phone or your tablet or your computer, so that it can be anywhere, wherever you go, and so that the convenience is there for you. All right. So, any questions so far from the teams? Okay, and thanks to my wife for all the support. Okay, she has been supporting all your question and answers. Without her, I'm like, how? Okay, so really thanks to her, my wife, Sally. And thanks to you for all the good times, staying true to know and understand about this selection. Okay, so if there are no questions, then okay, good. So hope to see you soon and hope to see you on Wednesday. And meanwhile, stay very efficient, stay very positive, and also stay safe. This is Marcus from Metaphysics. Take care. Bye bye.